Hello, everyone. This is your girl Shanidra with Beyond the Cover. Yes, OMG, I am so excited on today when I say God said, stop trying to figure it out. Keep going until you gather all the pieces of the puzzle. All of them. So you be trying to figure out how the picture gonna look before you get all the pieces of the puzzle together. God said, quit trying to figure it out until all the pieces of the puzzle come together, and then you will see the picture. But right now, you're not gonna see nothing. We're gonna have to go beyond the cover. There's some things you're gonna have to figure out along the way. When I say, just like today, like this light is just getting on my nerves because I know during the winter time my skin brightens up, I guess because I'm not in the sun as much or there's not a lot of sun coming out. So, makes me a little bit brighter. But I like when I'm a little bit darker. But nevertheless, I am still blessed. Thank you, Lord. I'm not going to complain because he told me to do everything without grumbling and complaining. So I'm not complaining. I just like my darker complexion. Now, again, today's topic is stop trying to figure it out. Now, this is, I know, easier said than done. Because as I told you guys, I'm not just talking to you guys. This is God basically talking through me to me too. So I'm learning while y'all learning. How about that? So for us, God is saying, stop trying to figure it out. Keep going. He said, you keep trying to figure it out. You keep looking and pointing and look at what's going on and look at this and look at the God said, stop trying to figure out how it's going to happen. You just keep going, doing what God told you to do and watch him make it happen. Because the way he's going to make it happen, you are never going to figure it out. Never in a million years. Now, because they will have never. Now, I told you, I've been in Exodus and I've been in the book, the part of Moses. Now, this is the part where God has departed the Red Sea. Now, they didn't know how they was going to escape Egypt. They didn't know. But then here they go. Since they can't figure it out, because they're trying to figure out, like, how and why. And are you taking us this way because of this? Quit trying to figure it out. God says, stop trying to figure it out. I'm talking to me too. He says, stop trying to figure it out. Just keep going. Keep going. Shut it up. Just like we tell our kids. Where are we going? You know that movie, Where Are We Going? Hush. And just enjoy the ride. Look at the views on the ride. Be present in the moment so that you can get the revelations of every day and hear what God has to say. That's all he's saying. He says, stop trying to figure it out. You're not going to figure it out. You're not. Stop it. Stop trying to figure it out. Just keep going. Keep going. Don't matter who's behind you trying to get you. Don't matter what they have. Oh, well, they got more than me, and they're gonna try to outdo me, and they can't. Pharaoh did the best of the best, to get the Egyptians. I mean, to get them back. Not the Egyptians back, but to get them back to Egypt. How about that? So he had the best of the best equipment and all that, but God wasn't worried about that. Period. He said, I'm not worried about that. Because what happened? He let his people go, whom he said he was going to let go through. And then, whoosh, he said, put your staff back up and let that water fall right on them. And then they washed up on the shore, dead. all those tactics that they tried that was not in God, all these demonic spells and all this stuff that people may try to do, voodoo, hoodoo, whatever, can't do when God is involved. Period. So what are you worried for? What are you? There's nothing that they could do. There's no plots. There's no schemes. It's just gonna take you further. It's gonna get you to your destination. They're gonna help. They're gonna be a part of getting you to your destination. All you need to do is gather all the puzzle pieces together. So when you put the puzzle pieces together, you can see the bigger picture. But you sitting here trying to figure out how the picture gonna look before you put the puzzle pieces together. You haven't even gathered the puzzle pieces. They scattered everywhere. You ain't even gathered them because you're trying to figure out the picture before you even. God said, stop trying to figure it out. They questioning Moses. Moses come back questioning God. God is like, what is this? What the heck? He got this. God got you. Period. He said, stop trying to figure it. Your problem is that you're trying to figure it out. And you big mad. You getting mad at yourself because you can't figure it out. You're not going to figure it out. Who would have ever figured that God was going to have them escape by opening up the sea, the Red Sea? Who would have ever figured it out? Nobody. So God says, stop trying to figure it out. You're not. Stop trying to figure it out. Just keep going. Keep going. Shut it up and keep going. Why are you trying to figure it out? Yes, the odds are going to pile up against you. Anytime God is moving you up to another level, just know it's going to come with more. You're going to deal with more. There's going to be more attacks on that because the devil don't want you to get that. He don't want you to know that. He don't want you to see the bigger picture, so he's trying to throw your puzzle pieces everywhere. Now you getting frustrated because you like, now dang, where did that piece go? Now I got to go over here. Now, oh man, now I don't even know where the other. He's trying to frustrate you. That's all he's trying to do. That's why he's trying to gather your puzzle pieces together. But God said, just keep going. If you keep going, he's going to guide you to the rest of the puzzle piece. So then you can see the bigger picture of what he already told you he was going to do. But you trying to figure it out is only frustrating yourself. He says, stop trying to figure it out. Stop it. I'm talking to myself too. Stop trying to figure it out. Keep going until you gather all the pieces to the puzzle. Be present in every moment at this time. And I know a lot of people during this time, they got a lot going on. I have a lot going on. I have 50 million things literally going on. I have a pop-up shop tomorrow, 2 in one day. My kids, on the same day that I have 2 pop-up shops, both of my kids, one ballet, whole concert thing. Then my son has a basketball game on the same day. Trust me, I know. I'm doing but with God. So he never gives you more than you can bear. He's going to work it out. All he is saying is keep going. You wonder how I get all this stuff done? I just keep going. I'm like, look, I'm getting hit with 50 million things. I know that you don't want me to stop right now. I just got to keep going. Keep going. I can't try to figure out how and when and why, because when we do that, then we start planning our own stuff and not God's plan. God will give you something, but we still need to wait. He gave me something. But thankfully, I have been present in the moment and praying and making sure that this is him, and he has confirmed it, but he has put a whole twist to it. So thankfully, I am present in the moment, and I'm not going with what I thought what he has blessed me for to do with it. Now he's unveiling exactly what he wants, how he wants it. So I'm thankful. Now I understand why he says stop trying to figure it out. Let him direct your path. He said acknowledge him in everything. That's why I acknowledge him in everything. Even when I know it's him, it's still like, okay, now what you want me to do with it? Because this is what I think I need to do with it. This is why I think you giving this to me or whatever it is, or this open door, or this or that, whatever it is that he is giving you, acknowledge him and allow God to tell you the next steps, because you trying to figure it out beforehand is going to mess you up. And I'm talking to I keep saying that I'm talking to myself, because I don't want to mess up. But even when we mess up, because I don't want y'all to freak out when you mess up, because all of your mess ups are a teachable moment, and God already calculated you messing up in it. So don't be like, oh, I done messed myself up. Oh no. Because that's how I used to be. When I first went through started this transformation, went through the transformation, it was like, oh my gosh, I messed up. Oh my gosh, I'm not supposed to mess. And God was like, what are you chill out, because I was freaking out. Anybody that know me during the time that I was going through this transformation, I was freaking out when I messed up. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm about to die. I'm so dramatic. So, because I know that I was sincerely serious about what I was saying to my father. And then I go mess up. I'm like, how did I mess up? Lord, I'm so sorry. But, God was like, oh my gosh, daughter. You already calculated this in. You did not, you may have prolonged it a little bit, but he already calculated it in. It's just a teachable moment to really prepare you for what he has blessed. So he already has this calculated in. He already know what you're about to do. Period. Just like we know our kids. It's like, okay. I just had to start preparing myself when I had kids, because I knew that they was going to take long, or, after a few times, you're like, okay. Then we get our kids. But see, God already knows us. He formed us. He knew us before he formed us in our mother's womb. See, we know our kids after we done had them, and we're like, okay, I already know it's going to take this one 50 hours to get up, and this one, get up right away. So I'm going to get them dressed while they sleeping, since it's going to take them 50 hours. So God is like, stop trying to figure it out. You keep trying to figure it out, and you're going to miss the whole message. I would have missed exactly what God was giving me. But he, made me take a nap earlier, because I guess I needed that nap. And as soon as I woke up, it was like, boom, 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 boom. He woke me up with, and I had to just write it down. That's why I tell y'all to get your journals. I'm sorry I haven't been doing it like I should. But get your journals, get your mugs, and just take some time and write down what God is downloading. Take some time to just be with God every day, even if it's just in the morning. As soon as you wake up, when you brush your teeth, because I hope everybody brush their teeth in the morning. When you brush your teeth and wash your face, just take that time to just be like, Lord, what do you have me to do today? Just be washing your face like, what is it? What is it that you have me to do today? If that's your only quiet time, and I know with kids, they still interrupt that time, but I just put my hand back, and they already know now. Oh, mama must be, yep, mama need her time. But, that may not work. You may have something else that you do to your kids or whatever, or some way that you tell them, but mine is, or give me a moment. Wait. So, always, every day, take that time to acknowledge God. I would say in the mornings and at nights, if that's the only time that you have. Give that to God so he can direct your path, so you're not going around here, doing too much the most. You won't get overwhelmed, because all I gotta do is just keep going. I have a lot going on just in this one weekend. In one day, I have 4 events, all around the same time. But God. See, I don't freak out about this stuff. I used to. But now it's like, oh, okay, I just got to keep going. He's going to work out this day. I just got to keep going and prepare my day. Now that I see what I've been hit with, now I have to move accordingly. That's all you have to do. And whatever you can't do, just leave it in God's hands. Period. You are one person. You can't be everywhere. I have to tell myself this all the time. Because I'm like, oh, I want to be here. That's the whole point. You know, I got my kids in this, and I want to be in every little thing. I take them to all their practices. I want to, But then stuff happens. Stuff pops up all at once, and you just have to do the best that you can do and leave it with God. Just be present in the moment and see what God is telling you at that moment. It's always a teachable moment. I told you my apostle used to tell me all the time because I will freak out. Like, oh my gosh, I messed up. Oh my God. And he was like, oh my gosh. This is just a teachable moment, Shanique. I'm like, no, because I told God that I wasn't. And they're like, oh my gosh. And I know God was like, my daughter, she's so freaking extra. But, I was serious. Like, I'm still serious. So, all God is telling you, this is going to be a quick video because, I got to keep it going, is to stop trying to figure it out. You're not going to figure it out. There's no way that they would have figured out that God was going to part the Red Sea. There's no way. Nobody would have guessed that ever. You can't even be the smartest person. So we don't know. No, we don't think the way he thinks. We would never guess. Our thoughts are not his thoughts. So we would never guess how he thinks or whatever. And he changes it up all the time. I told y'all with this house. I thought I was going to be able to see this house since I saw my other house. But God was like, no, I'm changing it up. I'm still the same God, but that don't mean that I'm going to do the same thing every time. If we're always growing, just know that God is 10 times past us. So, all we have to do is stop trying to figure it out, because we're not going to figure it out. There's no way they would have figured it out, and we're not going to figure it out. Stop trying to figure it out. Be present in the moment. Keep going until you gather all the pieces of the puzzle. You're going to be hit with 50 million things. Everything's going to rise up against you. There's going to be haters popping out the woodworks. There's going to be all types of extraness. Just know, that's always my confirmation. I'm like, oh, it's about to happen. Oh, man, dang, they done provoked my father. I'm about to be blessed. That's how you need to start thinking. Positively. Because that's exactly what happens with me. I know for a fact that that's what happens to me. When people start rising up and dogging out my name or just returning evil for good or whatever, I'm like, well, God already told them, woe to them. So I'm not worried. As long as I keep my composure and I still be nice and show the light, that's all I'm supposed to do. That's all you need to do. It's all you can do. Because there's so many of my friends that have just started their business or have been in business. They're like, oh, every time, and I've not said nothing, and I'm tired of biting my tongue and all this and that. I'm like, honey, let them talk. God said, let them talk, and you just keep walking. They're going to be talking while you walking. And He's going to bless you right in front of your enemies. So don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it. That's all I have to say for you guys today. I hope you received this wonderful message on today. I hope you write down your revelations. If you do not have a journal, you can go to the website located below and purchase your journals and your mugs, your COVID-proof mugs. And, we will be selling our body washes and our candles that smell like the body washes. So that you can just relax. I mean, you could take your journals in the bath with you, and relax. Like, these have bath bombs in them. So relax, light the candle, and just chill, you and God. You and God. Be present in the moment. Spend more time with God. Trust me, that'll take away all the stress. People like, why are you not stressed out? You got more going on than I do. God. Because he don't put more on you than you can bear. Now, sometimes we put more on us than we can bear, but he never does. So, and even when we do, he'll help us work it out. If we allow him and we stop trying to figure it out, allow him to direct our path. So, and be obedient to God in his way, not the world way. So, that's all I have for you guys on today. Let's go beyond the